I know. I wrote this book in 2015. It's still on my Amazon bookshop, and I would say it needs to be updated, okay? Because I, a lot has changed since 2015, and perhaps I would have written a slightly different book in the aftermath. Um, and it's very badly, I would say it's very badly typed. It's not typesetted. It's not typesetted properly at all. So I would definitely do it over. But the funny thing is I have a new computer, so I don't have the original manuscript. So I have to go in and I have to retype this entire book, which it's not a long book. It took me 5 hours to do originally. But because I'm so busy at the moment, it will be an investment of time. But yeah, it's still up. You can still get this version, but I would say it's not my finest work, although I think the book is absolutely hysterical. So it's dedicated to my sister Monica. And in my note, this is how I know I wrote it on October 18th, 2015. Otherwise, I would not have had any recollection whatsoever when this book was actually written. So it's always good to write dates. And I said that I cranked out the entire thing in one day, which is how I was back then, my energy levels are definitely different. And the idea for the book was to simply pose provocative questions about Donald Trump. This is before he became president, because if you know me even a little bit, you would know that I was completely enamored with Donald Trump before his presidency. I just absolutely loved him. I don't absolutely love him now, but I would say that, I was never able to hate him, if I can be honest, but I certainly don't necessarily agree with a lot of his political views, but I still find him to be a very fascinating human being, you know. Anyway, this one, the first question I asked was, what would Donald Trump do if his kid converted to Islam? Or this one, what would Donald Trump do if he were a woman and his breasts were sagging? Or number 12, what would Donald Trump do if he found out that he liked the taste of marijuana? Or number 89, what would Donald Trump do if he were president and he felt the moment for nuclear war had arrived? As I said, this book was written before Mr. Trump became president, and so, it's just, it's just very, I think it's a very funny book, and I think it would make an interesting gift also for someone, even in fact, I think this book would be appreciated by both Trump lovers and Trump haters, because it's so, I think, neutral, and I have no hard feelings about Mr. Trump. I don't agree with his politics, but I don't hate him. you know sometimes I wish I could meet him and hug him and say, Mr. Trump, it's not as bad as you think, but I can't. And he's a Gemini, I think he has two sides, and we've only seen one, which is the bad twin. I think there's another man in there somewhere, and that's the man that I think I respond to. But I could be wrong. I mean, when he was president, I kept waiting to see the good twin, and he just never came out, So there was this. But if you're a Trump lover, don't hate me. I don't hate your president. I'm just glad that you know, that can I admit that I'm glad that you know, it was 4 years and that and it was very interesting and very exciting and never a dull moment. I mean, never a dull moment. But, it's okay to have a little bit of quiet for a little bit, for me. But I don't hate this human being. God bless you, Donald Trump.